In progress.
What up? Look
How's it
at
going,
you.
brother?
Oh, ugh. It's been a day.
You
It's
having a
been a
day?
day. Yeah. I wish Willie Nelson a happy birthday on the internet and got called a liberal piece of shit. So it's been a day. It takes a
well,
took a weird turn.
well,
And yeah, so but yeah, no, I'm here in a hotel room, obviously, in Cincinnati. And
Cincinnati, Snitchinati.
and yeah, so I went and had breakfast with the opener today and walked around. It's like a mall town situation.
Oh,
And
yes. We love
yeah,
mall
yeah.
towns.
And so but my room has a balcony. I got a nice
Woo!
little smoking area. The place is filled with underage soccer players.
Ooh.
Yeah, which is annoying. And
Guys or
but
girls or both?
I think it's both. There's a lot of fucking children, a lot of teenage, a lot of very early teen.
So the fun ones.
Yeah, the fun ones. They seem polite. They're still docile at that
Yeah.
age. And
They're not like publicly shaming strangers yet.
no, well, the parents are around, so I think that's fun. And because I get tired of being publicly shamed by kids I don't know.
Well, you got to stop being such a big, tall freak. For a second, I thought you were frozen. I was like, uh-oh, here we go.
No, I even tried to upgrade the internet and it wouldn't. It Here's how bad the internet was. It couldn't upgrade me by the woof. I'm gonna slow down.
Easy there, pal.
I couldn't upgrade the internet because the site that upgraded the internet was not responding.
Oh, because the internet's that bad.
Yeah. So I'm really shocked that you're coming through with such clarity.
Yeah.
Man. So very lucky.
That's interesting.
Because we haven't had time to do one of these in a while. Oh, someone's day drinking. Fuck yeah.
Well, I didn't have coffee. And I was like, well, what else do I have that'll make me talkative? And I was like, oh, I have wine.
There you go.
So
It'll be talkative for a while and then slurry towards the end.
I'm just gonna have a glass here and then I'm Twitch streaming later.
Oh, okay.
So gonna do that.
What games
Probably
are you
have a
going to play?
glass. Breath of the Wild. I'm just so boned up about Tears of the Kingdom coming out in a little less than 2 weeks.
Is that the second one or the third one?
Well, I mean, there's many Zelda games, but it's the sequel to the Zelda game I love.
Okay. Well, that's fun.
Oh, yeah. Super boned. Real boned up over here. I'm going to be at midnight until May 12th.
God damn it. Can't even wear yoga pants.
No, not unless I want attention.
Man, for some reason I thought that already came out.
No. Well, it was supposed to come out in 2020.
No shit.
And then yeah, but I mean, the game is like the worlds are huge, the map is massive.
Yeah.
So there's so much to do. So I don't know. And also it's like the map was already made. What are you doing?
Yeah, something had to go wrong. Something happened. They keep pushing a game I'm looking for. I think it's called Starfield or Star something, but it's like
Star Search.
Yes, it's Star Search, but it's a video game, but it's like Rock Band, except you can tell jokes. It's awful.
That sounds so sad. The comic simulator. Does it come with the gun?
No, but it does come with a bag of fentanyl. So no, it's that would be hilarious. Just watching some people I know get terrible scores and like, this thing's broken.
They just don't understand indie comics. I'm an alt comic.
I'm gonna oh, you want to go for laughs? Anyone can get laughs. I'm going
if there were think points, I'd be in the lead.
Yeah, I want man, you know what's a good show for me is when they don't do nothing, when they just stare at you in almost confusion in how you're so great.
I follow a lot of comics on social media, and it always blows my mind when someone posts like a clip of their set and no one's laughing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, maybe pick the clips where they're laughing.
It does amaze me, what people are posting, and it's like, what was left on the cutting room floor when that was the gem?
Yeah, me walking up to the stage.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen some comics post some stuff, and you're just like, you just asked them a question and then it cut off. Is that it? What happened? But yeah,
super joints always make me cough real bad.
I know when I have to post things, you realize when you have a minute left that you have to cut the laughters out. But they don't, it's like, where are the edits? You're not cutting anything out. As a matter of fact, you left a cough in and a what the fuck.
When you said you left a coffin, I imagined a coffin.
Yeah.
And I was like, why would they bring that up on stage? No wonder
They
they're
just
eating
knew.
into their set.
They knew they were going to die.
I'm going to get murdered up here. So I brought this
start
along.
up here, but I end up in there.
That's awesome.
But yeah.
Can you hear all the construction behind me? And by behind me, I mean outside.
I heard a little something for a second, but that okay. was it.
It's a lot.
Yeah, man.
They're building like 4 apartment buildings down Cherokee, like directly in a line south of me.
Oh yeah.
So it's just like a cacophony of
good word.
And then, other
this is how annoying those
noises.
Sounds are. The mic turned them off. Like you started making them and the mic's like, no, these aren't supposed to be in there.
I think that's just Zoom protecting you from my background noise. It'll be in the edit, I bet.
No, actually I have noticed that because there have been a lot of times where I was like, oh, that'll be in the thing.
And it hasn't been?
It has not been.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
Muy interesante. Oh, hi, Bubba.
What's Ottoman doing?
Well, he just went under my bed.
Yeah.
When I'm sitting at my desk to work, I've got his Nashville dog bed next to my desk, and he just sleeps in there all day.
Oh, that's
just
awesome.
right next to me. It's fucking awesome. It's so like fucking Dickensian. Like me smoking my pipe, and I've got my dog snoozing next to my desk.
Yeah, someone's painting you as you do it.
That's just Steve.
That's just...
Steve's helping me pay rent.
My on-staff painter.
Yeah, no, he's just walking laps. Hi, come here. Did you see him? No, he got by me.
Wow. He's a quick one.
When he wants to be.
Well, so how you been? We haven't done one in a while.
I have been good. We've been
super busy.
Super busy, hence why we haven't done one in a while, because it was like we had time and then I got sick, which you can still hear in my face.
The allergies this season have been pretty huge,
gnarly, and they gave me a pretty gross sinus infection.
Ew.
So yeah, it was pretty. That's what that cold. But yeah, we're supposed to pod that day, and I was like, I've been sitting up for 2 hours. I got no movement. every sinus orifice is like clogged.
Oh,
it was
terrible.
Never
good.
Well, that's what I get for hanging out with Typhoid Jordy. I should have known.
Yeah, if his immune system is like the rest of them, it is not sturdy.
No.
But
I've been good. I've been working a lot. I'm gonna stream today for the first time in like 2 weeks. Sorry to people that subscribe to my channel, and then I dipped.
Well, let's start. So we haven't done one in 2 full weekends. So the last weekend is the one you were sick, not this one that is.
We haven't done a pod in like 3 weeks, I think.
Yeah, this would have been we're in the middle of the 3rd weekend, as this is a Saturday pod, or a Chardonnay day pod.
It's a Saturday non Blanc. Damn it. It's in there somewhere. Saturday non
Saturnon,
blanc. Saturday.
Saturnon Blanc,
Yeah, but yeah.
Four non blondes.
Something. Between the two of us, we'll figure out what we'll call this joke.
But so you were sick a couple weekends ago. How about last weekend? What were you up to?
The last weekend I made up for it. I went ham.
You
I what did I do? Oh, I remember what I did. I went and got my teeth cleaned.
nice. Okay.
Don't even have dental insurance.
Nice. Just had somebody do it at like a Home Depot or something.
It was actually this like really cute place in Beverly Hills on Robertson,
Yeah.
like across the street from Kitson.
Yeah.
And all they do is clean teeth, like
Panera
basic
bread and
cleanings.
teeth. Yeah.
All they do is basic cleanings and whitenings. So it's
Okay.
like 6 chairs in a row with like half wall stalls. And it's like these girls that are in these cute like mechanics jumpsuits that say I'm on plaque patrol on the back. And you get in the chair and they
So it's like a sports clips for teeth.
pretty much, yeah, that's pretty much what it is, but like chic.
Oh, okay.
It was really cool. It was nice.
Chic
And I was in and
clips.
out of there and yeah, I was chic teeth. I was in and out of there,
Teeth.
in and out in 30 minutes. And it only cost me $160 and my next cleaning is free.
Oh, nice.
And then after that, they're $99.
I like that.
You know what is amazing? It was my first time getting my teeth cleaned by someone I'm not related to.
Yeah.
And she was like, "What brings you in today?" And I was like, "Oh,
My
you know,
teeth.
my teeth, they're embarrassing me. They're really yellow and gross and covered in plaque and they need to be cleaned." And I was like, "You're the first person I'm not related to that is cleaning my teeth." And she was like, "Oh, are they in the business?" I was like, "It'd be pretty weird if they weren't."
Yeah, no, I'm just from Kansas. We don't trust you people.
Yeah.
My uncle's got a fucking power washer. And I mean, it hurts, but it's quick.
That's why these are veneers.
One time I put in too much sand. He misread.
And then I went roller skating on the Strand that afternoon. And then I went to Club Tyler's, got my merch. Club Tyler's is Tyler's living room where last weekend we watched Coachella and did mushrooms.
Okay.
And watched the Chemical
that's
Brothers.
Probably the best way to go to Coachella is to
yeah,
not go
in my friend's living room.
Yeah.
That's a 5-minute Uber from my apartment door.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I bet the restrooms are a lot nicer at that one.
Yeah.
Don't smell like other people's sex.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I guess I usually never
go to the bathroom.
Try to smell. Yeah. Days 2 and 3, it's pretty tough to work one up. You're just, by the end of day 3, you're just like a wisp. Like, must see Blink 182.
Come on. It's the original lineup.
Yeah, and then you do a pressed pill and you're good to go.
And then I'm going to take a shit.
I'm going to take this pill, duke out the booze or crap the booze out. I'm good to go.
Cool. So you got your merch.
Got my merch for Club Tyler. I got a hoodie. It says Club Tyler. And on the back, it's a disco ball. It says founding member.
Very cool.
And then the next day I went to a friend's birthday party in a park, which I was kind of like, I went to work out in the morning. And so I was kind of pushing it, getting to this Silver Lake birthday party. Because I was also at the gym last Saturday morning looking at my phone at the invite, like, oh, I'm supposed to bring stuff. So I Uber Eats to Taco Bell taco box, like one of those party packs.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
When I
continue
tell you,
speaking, I can hear you.
I wonder what he's doing. Is he gonna take a dump? Oh. Wow. Oh, white flag. He surrenders.
No, I think my allergies are kicking up.
Yeah. I ran out of Claritin. I've been taking like one a day every day for the last 6 months, preparing myself for this season.
Yeah.
Today's the first day I'm out, and it's like I'm feeling it hard. I have to go to CVS after this.
I need to pop one. And I'm probably gonna go to sorry.
Pop one got me.
Yeah. That's how I do it. I flip it up in the air.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Can't do that if you have a dog.
Um,
What was I saying? I was talking about Taco Bell party pack.
oh yeah.
It's amazing. I went on Uber Eats and was like, I'm just gonna order one because they're like $20.
Which means on Uber Eats they're 35.
Well, I mean, after tipping, it was like 27 after tipping
Yeah.
stuff. But it was 5 tacos of my choosing, 4 5-layer beefy burritos.
Can you make mods?
I think, yeah.
Wow.
What are you doing later? Fucking up that hotel bathroom.
Yeah. 5 was too many. That was 25 layers minus the beans. That was fucking 20 layers.
Oh yeah, and it's like they put in all the sauce packets and everything. It was amazing. Everyone brought fancy stuff, and I brought Taco Bell, and it was just like, ooh, ooh.
Everyone loved your stuff. And they're like, that's what I love. Is when you just show up with the white trash shit and they're like, this is what this party needs.
Yeah. And also, I had met some of the people that were going to be at this party, and one of them just brought for a white elephant gift one year, just brought like a 7-Eleven bag full of loose firecrackers.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, this crowd will enjoy a party pack. This is the crowd.
Yeah.
But there wasn't a convenient bathroom, so I had to go keep peeing in this bush that Meg stood guard for me on the way out. It was like the third time I'd done it. The other times I was by myself. And she was like, you are not concealed like at all by this bush. And I'm like, listen, I really don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Here I am.
Yeah. Taking a whiz.
You
Oh,
want to
man,
watch? It's free today.
There was a puddle.
Click on this link to subscribe.
And then the next day, went and had a really good brunch downtown with the twins and Obs and our friend Vicky.
Okay. I don't know Vicky. Who's Vicky?
Vicky, I think you've met Vicky. She's Vietnamese, tall. I mean, she's Vietnamese, but she's like from San Diego.
Okay. Maybe I have met her. Does she drive a BMW?
Maybe. She dates Stelios, the Greek friend of Emmanuel's.
All this makes sense. Yeah, I think I have met her, but like in passing.
Yeah.
Like,
They were at the Super Bowl, that party that we had over there, but we were focused.
Okay. Yes, we were.
But we went and did that, and then I drove us back to Belinda's. And then Tyler texted me and was like, are you up for a wild hair Sunday afternoon in WeHo? And I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm already halfway there.
Nice.
So left my car at B's, Ubered to WeHo, hung out there for a little bit, and yeah.
That's awesome.
It was stacked. Like, it was a jam-packed weekend. That's why this weekend is like Despacio all weekend long.
That's the Justin Bieber song, right? Despacio.
Despacito.
Yeah, that's what I said. Well, I've had a weird couple of weeks because it's been a while. I got to perform at the Ryman.
Ooh, did you?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
As part of the Kid Rock Comedy Jam.
Ah.
Yeah. So, and as most of you know, I've been friends with him for a long time. The Bud Light stuff was weird. I don't understand it. Anyway, point being, did the show. It was amazing. It was a lot of great comics. Me, Dusty Slay, Big J Okerson, and the rest. And
was Theo there?
Theo was not there this year. But we had a great time. Except, okay, so they had this like band play in the middle, aka right before me. And it said very clearly on the set list, everyone does 12 to 15. And they did every bit of 30. And I was backstage fucking livid. Because I just want to go do
What
my
was the
set.
band?
They were like, it was a fiddle player. I called him Arnie Daniels. If that gives you any, I was so mad. And like at one point, cause it's like a festival. So like every booker's backstage, a bunch of agents are backstage, and like they're all
So
just
you're
coming
trying to
up.
like not look mad.
Yeah, but like Joe Eschenbaugh, one agent came up to me and he goes, I'm actually really excited. I go, why? He goes, because my favorite Chris Porter is Angry Chris Porter. And so after 30 minutes, they fucking rap, and it's like long, boring ass story song, long, boring ass story song.
Oh, so it was like so unnecessarily 30 minutes.
And it was like, and at 15, and he was like, all right, we're gonna do, and then he starts telling another story, and then that song's over. So now we're at about 25, and then he started another story. I was fucking. Zach Myers was in the audience, and he said, you took 2 steps on stage. And I was like, oh, he's pissed. And I just got out there and I just started ripping. I go, that seems like something that should have gone on at the end. I was like, what the fuck am I supposed to do following that? I was like, all I have is words. I got to follow fucking this dude's flipping his bass. Fuck off. And I just went off and had a really good set. I wish I had ended it shorter. But no, it was a really good set. And then, I don't know, last time we did it, like there was like this huge party at fucking Bob's house afterwards. And I hung out with like Marcus King and Dan Auerbach. And this time there were a few people hanging out. Like, I'm now friends with the guitarist from Disturbed. So that happened. Jimmy John was there, but I didn't really get to meet him because I was like
the sandwich guy?
The sandwich guy was there.
AKA the animal killer.
Yeah, I mean, he's one of many. I don't think he's the only one, but he's the more popular one.
Yeah, he's pretty prominently known for killing
yes. Yeah. No,
cats in Africa.
No, I got the joke.
No, this is not just for you. There's other people listening to this.
So, yeah, it was just, it's like this weird mix, but I was just fucking tired. Like everybody was tired. And so the girl and I go back to the house, and we're staying in one of the guest houses at like 2:00 in the morning. And all of a sudden we hear slam, 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 slam. And it's all these people getting out of cars. And then all of a sudden, because you've been to Bob's house, like there's some music that just plays outside. All of a sudden that's up at 11. And I'm just like, oh, everyone's here. And luckily in our bedroom, you couldn't hear it, but it was just very funny. And, but no, I had a great time. And then the next day I went back down to the Ryman because they were having this like best of Nashville show.
Oh, cool.
And I got to see Nate Bargatze and Killer Bees and just some old friends. But then Jelly Roll showed up. And we literally just sat in the back alley behind the Ryman and smoked weed and held court for like 2 hours.
Oh, fun.
And had a blast. And then at one point, he was just like, you realize that at one point, Waylon and Willie would walk through here and go into that bar and have beers. And they probably smoked a joint right here. I was like, fucking no, tear. And
it's what's Robert's Western World? That's the honky tonk that backs up to the Ryman.
So yeah, we just fucking hung out, had a great time. And then Thursday I went up to Lexington and did some shows at the Comedy off Broadway, which was super fun. And then last week, what did I do last week? Oh, I just enjoyed being home because I'm not home a lot.
Yeah.
Especially lately, there's been a lot of like, oh, I got to do this somewhere on Tuesday. So I got to stay on that side. Like right now, like I fly from here to New York City, and then I'm in New York City for 4 days. And then I go outside of New York City for 3 days to do shows.
New York City.
Get a rope. And, but yeah, it's just been a lot of fun. Oh, and the new, kind of burying the lead here, but the new special came out. There's No Money in Babies for free on YouTube. Go get it. It's go to my Instagram, which is at I am Chris Porter, and you can click the link in the bio and you can watch it for free. And by free, apparently there's a ton of ads, and
But it's free.
but it's
Gotta get
free.
paid somehow.
Not on me. I did not get to choose the number of ads. Because if I would, it would have
been more, you ungrateful bitches.
It would have just been one big long one for the special. It would have been an infomercial for the special you're watching inside the special you're watching. And
that'd be funny.
That would be funny. But yeah, the special came out. Everyone seems to like it. It's doing okay numbers, but most of my records do slow burns. Like a lot of the comments are like, "Oh, I haven't seen this guy in forever. Where'd it happen to his hair?" I'm like, there have been fucking 3 records since then.
Oh man, it's so amazing what people will refuse to Google.
Yeah. Well, and it's just like, well, then how'd you find this? You know what I'm saying? It's like, I guess it's just luck of the draw, but also like the Segura podcast had, I did some I did a lot of podcasts last week. Like I did, on my flight from Chicago, coming home from Lexington, was just in first class was me, Maz Jobrani, Tom Papa, DL Hughley, and Cedric the Entertainer. And I tweeted.
Who's the first name you said?
Maz Jobrani, who he's a very famous comic if you're of Middle Eastern descent.
Okay.
But he's but yeah, like we just sat down, and I didn't tweet this before we got off the plane just because I didn't want to jinx it. But I was like, here's all the people that are on my flight. If that plane would have gone down, I definitely would have been in the and others. Like,
it's like when you went skydiving with Jim Jeffries.
Yeah, I was like, oh no, I definitely would have been not listed. You would have been like telling people, yeah, like my brother he died on the Cedric the Entertainer.
I didn't see his name on there. Well, how they are with fonts and room for names
and just popularity.
Yeah, it's all how it is.
It's all popularity warfare.
Yeah, it wasn't even in the LA Times. It was in WeHoville.com.
But poor Cedric. I mean, first off, he came in full Cedric the Entertainer, like red tracksuit, St. Louis, everything. And then he just sat down, and then he realized like he's been in 1,000 things, and like it just turns into this giant meet and greet as people are getting on the plane. And he just makes everybody's day because it's just like all these fucking dads like, oh shit, man, I love you. You're the best. Oh, thanks, man. I just appreciate you watching. Do.
You can't have that name and then like have people walk away going, wow, more like Cedric the Dick.
Yeah, the Dick Retainer. No, that sounds like Dick Retainer.
Have you ever used one of those?
I don't. What? No. Of course, mine's straight naturally. It doesn't have a lilt.
No, God, that's not what I meant. I meant like as a wall to stop water.
A dick retainer?
Yeah, like a dick retainer. Like a retaining wall. Is that not where your head went?
I don't know. I went like mouth. So I've thought like mouth retainer. So when you're like, have you ever used a dick retainer? So it would like fix the curve, And you went full fucking landscaping. Man, you'd think that would have been flipped.
No shit. I have been spending a lot of time with my plants.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And I don't own property. So there we are.
I don't either, but I have a lot of plants inside.
There you go. Well, that's
You've been talking a lot.
Have you? Are they talking?
Yeah, you're supposed to like sing to them and shit. And also I have these seedlings that I've been growing for a month and they're finally starting to grow. So I'm like, good morning, starshine. I'm also sitting cross-legged and my little dance move hurt my ankle. I'm getting too old.
Man, I'll tell you what. They have really been kicking up the workouts on this app I have. And
oh, really?
I've not been this sore in quite some time. Granted, it's very much showing effects in positive ways. but I'm in a lot of pain. I'm in a lot, like
Yeah.
laughing and coughing hurts.
That's a good
And
thing.
that is a great thing, but also it hurts.
I got a text from Belinda this morning at 8 a.m. That was like, I'm having like incredible spasms in my glute. I tried rolling it out and nothing was working.
That's
So
an
she
ass
took
spasm.
his Spassm.
Yeah.
And so she's like, I Googled what to do and it said take a hot bath, but I don't have the bath set up like you do. So I get this picture of her fully nude in the tub using Roman's toys over her nips. I was like, I think this is the earliest I've ever been sent a nude.
That's funny.
So I was like, well, if you're not going to do Bumba today, then I'm going to go to the west side and go roller skating because I really wanted to go yesterday, but I didn't want to fight with traffic.
Yep.
So I went today and it was awesome.
How was the strand?
Not very busy. There was like a huge marine layer over. I mean,
Oh,
it's been
yeah.
like bright and sunny like this all day here in Hollywood, but as soon as I hit the 405 on the 10, it was just like cloudy, like Seattle.
Yeah, that's cool. You get to do. I mean, that's some like real California stuff.
I know. Once it gets warm enough, I usually wear a swimsuit underneath so that when
Yeah.
I'm done, I can jump in the ocean and then I
There
sit
you
with
go.
a book and then I flip off everyone walking by me.
That seems aggressive towards the end there, but I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I have a week off coming up and I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. I've been finally the weather broke. Obviously, we had a pretty intense winter, which we very much needed. But it's finally broke, and I'm like, oh, I need to get back out on that balcony that I have. And stare at the apartment across from me because that's all I can really see. It's a lot of just looking up at the sky, really.
Which is nice.
It's also very nice, especially, I mean, you remember my old spot. It was not.
Yeah, no.
Great.
You could look up at the sky, but it was full of helicopters. I know that because I live here.
Yeah. I will tell you what, and I know you love your place, and I'm not saying this because I'm putting down your place. I'm just saying this because I was thinking this the other day. Was just like, man, I fucking love the valley.
Good for you.
It is so quiet. There is no traffic, and most of the places have a parking lot. It is super great.
And, I mean, I do most of my shopping in the valley. Dude,
you said it.
I did. I do most of my shopping in the valley, but yeah, here the parking here is just.
It's bad. It's real bad. But you have a spot.
Yeah.
So you don't really have to worry about it, although you're getting back into bowl season. So
man, last weekend fish played 3 nights at the bowl in a row.
Man,
and
hippies can't park.
No, they fucking can't. And and if you know anything about like deadheads or like,
fish people, they
show
up
concert
early.
goers of that ilk. They
go.
show up. Yeah, I know. I hated saying it. I was like, use ilk. This is the time to say it.
Yep. I had to say it Baconator for a long time, but now I say it. I'm just like, I need a Baconator.
So after I got my teeth cleaned last weekend and then went skating on the Strand, I left the Strand at 4:30 on a Friday, which was not ideal.
No, that's a terrible time to do that.
But I'm in no rush to get home and go anywhere.
For sure. And you got the Patriot.
Yeah.
It's a roomy car.
I got the cheap Jeep.
You got to hanging out in your living room.
Yeah, and it was, exactly. So what was I saying? Oh, fish. So I get back to Hollywood at 6 p.m. from leaving Venice at Santa Monica at 4:30. And I like pull into my driveway and I have a gate. It's like a metal gate that opens like this. It's like a wrought iron gate and I push a little clicker and it's supposed to open and it's not opening and it's not opening. And I text my landlord. I'm like, yo, the gate's broken. And she's like, yeah, I know. And I'm like, thank you.
Can you not open it by yourself?
No, there's no manual way to open it.
Okay.
It's like strictly electric. There's no like pull thing on it. Like the garage does it, this one.
All the other garages. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, fuck. I was gonna like get in the shower, wash my hair, take Otto for a walk, and then I was gonna drive over to Tyler's. And then I was just like, are you fucking kidding me? So I had to like illegally park.
Yeah.
Because obviously there's no parking because there's all these like it's already like walking through fucking zombies at 6 p.m. of people trying to get to the fish show.
We did nitrous too soon. I told you we did it too soon.
When I came home that night, anyway, I made it out unscathed. I didn't get a ticket.
Oh, good.
But when I came home, I drove home that night at I got home at 11:30, and the concert was out, and it was I had to cut through 100 people to cross the street to get to my apartment door, or to get to my building door. And it was Night of the Living Dead, but instead of zombies, it was 50-year-old dudes on nitrous with their balloons walking down the street. And did
you see my agent?
I didn't actually.
He was there. I know.
I wasn't trying to make eye contact with anybody who was walking. Also, TJ would not be walking as far as my apartment.
No, TJ for sure valeted.
For sure. The people who are still walking by my apartment, those are the dregs of the fucking Frisch crowd. They had the nosebleed seats.
I just walked here from Silver Lake. By the time I come down, I'll be home.
Oh. Yeah, I was offered 2 free tickets to see Fish last weekend. Both times I was I can't do it. I've seen Fish 3 times. That is my lifetime maximum.
Yeah, that's 9 hours of your life.
It might even be longer than that.
Yeah. I mean, I went to a lot of 3-hour Black Crow shows.
But you wanted to be there.
I wanted to be there. And I also, they played a lot of songs. You went to a 3-hour Black Crow show, you heard 23 songs probably. There was a lot of jamming, don't get me wrong.
But it's not all jamming.
No, it wasn't 7 songs that lasted
and then
3 hours.
A 47-year-old ginger dude behind you going, doodly-doo, doodly-doo. Oh God, I jerked off the tray this morning. Did you jerk off the tray this morning? I tried to jerk off Trey this morning. I was standing outside his bedroom window, but he was like, not today.
Did you see the line to jerk Trey off? It was so long. I thought I was getting a beer. Next thing I know, I'm giving him a handy.
Thank God I got a manicure today.
Oh, man. Anyway, they're going to close with a song from Hoist. What he said. It's what he screamed out when he came.
Jordy took Aubrey and had a ticket for me on Friday. And I was like, I don't want to go. Thank you so much for asking.
Sandra's a Fish fan?
No, but she went, she'll go to any free concert. And we worked out together the next morning, and she was like, so the crowd. I'm like, yeah. Yeah. That's specific.
Yeah, they haven't bathed since 82.
No, she's so lucky she saw a spring show. I went to Fish in July at the Forum, and that was fucking tough. The security line outside was just gnarly. It was so gross. Oh, but I got a Venus flytrap. I haven't talked about my new daughter.
Oh, yeah. Well, you had a fly problem, and you don't like ribbons, the fly trap ribbons, which are fair because I did them when I had a fly problem. And then you're like,
These are gross.
These are gross. Yeah.
Yeah, they're gross. I went carnivorous with it. I spent $8 on a Venus flytrap.
Yep.
And she caught one yesterday, but it was like a fruit fly, and it wasn't strong enough to set off the trap.
Yeah.
So I got a little makeup brush, and I just swiped it on the trap, and it closed right up. It was so cool.
Oh, cool.
It's awesome.
Is it getting the flies? Is it solving the problem? Or is it just
kind
more
of
of a novelty?
I think it might be more of a novelty, but it's pretty tiny right now. I think I need to
get a monster.
Nurture it.
Get more of a Saturn fly trap or a Jupiter, one of the bigger planets.
Yeah, I think I might just start feeding it my blood.
You know what? That's the it for our podcast forever.
That's the it for our podcast. You've never seen Little Shop of Horrors, have you?
No.
That's the premise of that movie.
Oh, okay. Gross. Seems like a very dark way to start a musical.
It's really good though.
Anything with Rick Moranis is good.
And Steve Martin and Diana Ross. I
just know that Rick Moranis is in it.
Well, I'm telling you who else is in it.
Awesome.
We don't have to keep doing this if you don't want to.
No, I think it's, but you know, when you're like, oh, I'm feeding my plant blood, I'm like, you know what? I want to go away.
It's a pretty.
We've gotten too deep. We've gotten too deep. We've hit that level.
No, that's the premise for Little Shop of Horrors. It's a plant store, and this Venus flytrap won't eat. And Rick Moranis is like, "What do you want, blood?" Because he like cuts his finger, and it's like to like where the cut is, and so he feeds it blood, and then it grows into this big, gigantic Audrey too. Venus flytrap. Feed me Seymour.
And by the way, to our viewers, I'm sorry it's been shaky. I have my setup due to the way this the desk had terrible lighting, so I'm literally on a ironing board, and I keep putting my arm on it like it's a desk, and I just see it go wobble, 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 wobble.
It's not really looking like your camera's shaking though.
Oh, okay, good. Maybe this Mac Pro has the fucking the auto shake fix.
Stabilizer.
Remember? I mean, you might be too young, but when camcorders first hit the market and auto stabilization was not a thing. Oh, doggy, was it? Man, I remember recording stuff from our first trip to LA when you were like 8 and I was like 14, and we tried to watch it later that day, and everyone's like, bleh, bleh.
Oh man, if only we knew where those tapes are.
Oh, they're around. They're definitely around. I think
Are they?
maybe in July we need to like set, because that camera's sitting next to the table or sitting next to the television downstairs. Yeah. So yeah, it might just take some.
That camera from when I was 8?
The 8mm one? Yeah.
Oh, you did it on film?
Yeah, it was analog.
Wow.
It was an artistic choice. Also,
you know, we could get it digitized and get it stabilized.
I mean, Andy, unless you want to see what Sunset Boulevard from the back of a Volvo looked in 1993, actually, that might be cool.
I'm sorry. Are you talking about the time that I helped you move out to California?
No, I'm talking about when you were 8 and I was 14, and Mom and Dad and I and you went out to visit Norm and Laura, and they lived in
certainly.
Santa
There's got to
Monica.
be good stuff on there.
There might be. I bet there's some hilarious footage of me, because I am dead center in the awkward phase that lasted from 12 to 27.
Oh, that's nice that you ended it at 27.
Okay. You know what? There's
When'd you cut your hair off?
okay, 35.
I mean, it was it worked. It was a good bit.
I didn't know it was going to do that. I didn't know it was going to do that. I kept thinking it was going to fall down and it would be flowing. And it didn't. And it never would.
It never would. It
just kept going out.
Went out.
And a little bit down.
Oh, that is funny. I watched John Mulaney's new special the other day, which is very good.
Everyone says it's great.
And I was gonna correlate that to something you just said, and now I can't remember. Anyway, yeah, it is very good. It's good.
What did I watch the other night that was good? Nothing. Probably nothing.
Oh, can I brag about my project that I finished?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
I thought you were talking about the show that's coming out.
Oh.
How long did that take you, Rue? How long did that take you, Rue?
2 years.
There it is.
I've started a new one.
Yeah.
10 hours.
Fuck.
Yeah, it's going to take me a while.
It is.
I'm about 10% done.
Okay. Well, guess what time it is?
Listener mail time.
Da 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 da. We got one, and it's actually
this whole time.
Actually, we have two, but one of them was telling me how much they were looking forward to my show that happened 2 weeks ago. So,
yeah. Glad you had a good time.
And yeah, because I was in Toledo. I was in Toledo one weekend. I didn't really talk about it. Wasn't much to talk about. It's just they're good shows. And the only the really cool thing is there's a it's a draftcade next door, so you get to play fucking moon blasters and fucking dig dug while you're waiting to go on stage, which is
Oh, that's nice.
but
They're
I
like,
mean,
Chris, they're calling you on stage. 5 minutes.
tell them to stretch. You're getting high score. I did play
Bam!
it. I played a shit ton of Frogger.
Did ya?
It's just real easy till it isn't.
What did I have Frogger on? I think we had it on. I would like rent it for the PS1, and I remember it not being very easy.
Yeah, and it's like I think they kind of redid it, but this is like the original, like old school Frogger, and you're like, this was. You have to realize that fucking game took the world by storm.
Yeah.
It was like Pac-Man and Frogger get in line.
And Tetris, that Tetris movie is also very good.
Yeah, those Tetris still, like, if you start playing
so addictive.
Say goodbye to 6 weeks.
There's a movie called Tetris on Apple TV Plus about Tetris getting them, like America acquiring the rights to Tetris, or not even necessarily America, but Nintendo Japan.
Oh wow. Because
trying
it
to get the
actually
rights.
was a Russian game.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
The movie, it just came out this year. It's very good.
Okay. What movie did I see?
A+.
I don't remember. Anyway, this one's from Michael. He says questions and an update.
Mikey.
Hi, hey Andy, Chris, and Otto Man.
Otto.
Also, they're all spelled correctly. Go Michael. First off, thank you for all the laughs and for all the great life advice you have given me to this point. I took your advice and encouragement in response to my last email and have an interview for a new job next week.
Great.
Yeah, that's super great. And I totally remember all the emails you sent us. I was curious where Andy's Twitch handle came from. Thank you again for brightening my week with a new and hilarious pod every time. Fuck you. Come on by, Michael. Why don't you tell him, Rue? Because it's
Oh my God. Well, okay. We all know that It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia is one of the funniest shows of all time.
That is true.
And my Twitch name came from an earlier episode where Mac is doing a fake cancer bit where he's got a bald cap on.
Yep.
And Frank is trying to do like a Make-A-Wish to meet John Bon Jovi. And so Frank also poses that as someone who wants to buy the Philadelphia Soul, which is an indoor football team that John Bon Jovi owns. So they go into this corporate office with Mac doing the fake cancer thing with this bald cap that obviously has hair underneath it.
And he still has a beard.
And still has a full beard. He was like,
I
told you people with cancer lost their beards.
At the end, because I just remember at the end, she goes, by the way, when you have cancer, you lose all the hair. And he's like, I told you.
So Frank is trying to help this Make-A-Wish thing come true for Mac, but he can't remember John Bon Jovi's name. And he's like insisting that they talk to him in person. And he's like, I want to talk to Mr. Bovine Joni himself. And that's one of the many things he calls him in getting his name wrong. And it's always just been.
That's been a calling card of Andy's for quite some time.
Yeah. Like names of internet Wi-Fi shit in old apartments.
Yes, and definitely not now.
Oh yeah, that is my name now.
Fucking now you got to change it.
Do I? No one wants my shitty internet.
That's fair.
Apparently they fixed it.
Well, if you have questions, concerns, you need life advice, send them to 1 millionth pod. That's all words, 1 million with a TH and a POD at gmail.com. And if you're lucky, or if we don't have enough, we'll read it right here on the pod. And if we read it in time, because apologies for not being consistent ever with this, but at this point, if we were, you'd probably think one of us was dying. So we appreciate you listening when you do listen and when we do put them out, and we do put them out whenever we possibly can.
Very true.
Or feel like it, because there are times when we could definitely do it, but we're exhausted. And
well, it's also, I mean, it's also about taking our mental health into consideration as well. Like, we don't want to do this and then, start not wanting to do this.
Yeah, or doing it when we've tried to do it and force it, and sometimes it's fine, but
but it
at best
sucks.
it's fine.
It feels like the longest hour of your life
Yeah,
if you're
and
the person who's lagging.
not because we don't like each other or love each other. It's like, man, we have just run out of things to talk about, and I don't really feel like
Yeah.
riffing.
Yeah. Or like, I just interviewed someone who was
Oh, that's
never
right.
mind. I'm not
Yeah.
I'm not going to drag us down that dark
There
hole.
have definitely been times where Andy, for a job, have had to interview people that have gone through horrifying things.
Yeah.
And literally, we were supposed to record a podcast 4 minutes later, and she's like, no, we're not going to
Not really feel like doing bits. Oh, that's what I brought up the John Mulaney thing for, because he was talking about his star-studded intervention, which it's so funny. And apparently they all met beforehand and told each other that there would be no jokes. Like, you can't do anything, you can't do any bits. And he was like, first of all, you bring me into a room and full of like the world's greatest comedians, and we're not even gonna do bits. He was like, that's what pissed me off more than the intervention. It was so good.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, well.
Anywho,
why don't you start us off with a story? I'll end us with
sure.
a story, and then I'm gonna go do 2 shows at the Liberty Funny Bone.
Ooh, Liberty.
Liberty is a suburb, a town. It's actually called Liberty Township, and fuck me,
What?
I am looking outside. I'm staying. The hotel I'm at is in the mall town that the Funny Bone is in. And I'm looking outside and I see fucking teenagers in fancy dresses and and it's prom. Obviously.
It's prom.
And I'm just like, so the mall's going to be dripping with fucking.
Mall town's now a prom town.
It's so yeah. And then, I'm at an age now. We can talk about this later, but when you get into your mid 40s,
we know you're old.
And you start, it's like I'm at a very reminiscent part of my age of my life where you start to look back and you like, man, that does not feel like it was 25 fucking years ago. And it was. And to be fair, I'm very happy with where I'm at in life. Like I've been very successful in telling jokes, which was kind of always a dream that I didn't even know I had. And
gay.
But anyway, so yeah, there's a little more anger to it where you're just like fucking prom and fuck, I'm old. And
yeah. I hear ya. Okay, well, I'm sorry you feel old man. That's fair. I deserve that. Wait, it's gone. Good. So speaking of townships, there's a place called Orion Township in Michigan. And that's where Stizzy, a very famous weed brand, has a manufacturing facility.
I know Stizzy.
We know Stizzy. We love Stizzy. They're a trusted brand. They do vape pods, infused blunts, pre-rolls.
Love being an infused blunt.
Oh man, well that's what I've been smoking. I got some Baby J Super J's.
There you go.
I'm not leaving my apartment the rest of the day, so. So Stizzy is there. Stizzy aside, they're aliving and thriving in Michigan in this Orion Township, right? And so there's a Burger King franchisee who has shut down 26 locations, laying off all of these employees. More than 400 employees for Burger King lost their jobs. Stizzy is hiring, which is, by the way, hourly wage, minimum wage in this township in Michigan, $9.36 an hour.
Okay.
That's what you'd be making at Burger King.
Yes.
Stizzy is offering to immediately hire up to 200 workers. And in the coming months, if there's enough interest from former Burger King employees, Stizzy says it would hire the additional 200 workers. Jobs are part-time or full-time, whatever the worker prefers. And the wage is starting at $16 to $16.50 an hour.
Fuck yeah.
Guys. I think that is awesome.
And trust me, if you worked at a Burger King, you've dealt with stoners your entire career. So you are not, that is a lateral move at a better price.
At a way better price, almost double your salary. And also, I would so much rather walk home with a bag of shit from Stizzy than a bag of shit from Burger King.
And I will say this, if you want to make America prosperous again,
and the war on drugs,
start getting weed legalized in other countries, because no one grows it like we do.
Yeah,
we can start. And also the California pot trade or pot industry is about to implode because there's way too much weed and no one buying it. And
MedMen has already shut down like most of its stores.
Yeah, and well, a lot of that has to do with a 42% tax rate on weed. And everyone's just buying it off the black market because
no one wants to pay the taxes.
Yeah. But Michigan does it right. Arizona does it right. It's like a 10% tax, which to me, that's convenience fee. I think in Arizona, it's $20 flat. So if you go in and buy a joint, you're paying $28. But if you buy an ounce, you're paying $420. No pun intended. So, if I had time in the day or the give a shittedness enough, I would, start marching for lower taxes on marijuana. But that's not a good look. When you're just like, free the weed.
Yeah. Well, I will say, I think this is fucking awesome. Especially because Burger King, who eats at Burger King besides Dad?
Man, I tried to eat at they're all going downhill. I used to love Wendy's. I used to think it was amazing. And up until like 4 or 5 years ago, and they've just shit the fucking bed.
I don't care. I couldn't tell you the last time I had Wendy's.
And so I used to love Burger King. I used to think Burger King was a solid burger, and I ate there the other week, and I was like, it's all the same now. It's all the
Apparently
same.
McDonald's is like
only the games
redoing their burgers.
Yeah.
McDonald's says they're making like fluffier buns and meltier cheese, which that's not, the burger sucks. The patty doesn't taste good. It's like half seasoning. But yeah, fucking Wendy's went downhill. Burger King has gone downhill. I couldn't tell you the last time I had Burger King. I guess I had those French toast sticks when I was in college, and I ate those once.
Yeah. So this is a story
all about how my life got turned upside down.
Anywho, listen, we know I'm a picky eater. It's been a theme. That being said, I'm still very gracious. Like if someone makes me dinner and I will try to eat it. Like
you do not do a good job. I have been the cook of some of those meals.
Yeah, but I eat what I can. I don't fucking shun it away and be like, and I'm very much like, hey man, this is on me. It's not your problem. But I just don't like a lot of this. But that being said, if you shove 95% of proteins in front of me, I'm going to eat it.
Yeah.
Like seafood. So anyway, this dude's girlfriend made him salmon. Spent all day making him a salmon dinner. And he wanted none of it. And so she had to make him fucking just cheese melted on chips. And she
Porchos?
Yes. And this dude won't even get off the couch. He's just being a complete cunt about it. And that's right. I said it because he's being one.
He sounds like the husband from Fried Green Tomatoes. It's married to Kathy Bates.
The one they end up fucking chopping up and feeding to people?
No, the Kathy Bates one, the one that in the future.
Oh, okay. Listen. As a people, you have to be more, especially if it's someone you are living with and you care about. It just amazes me that you can't be at least thank you for trying. I will at least attempt to try. I think I'm more amazed that I found someone who's more of a food child than I am. I think I just wanted to share.
I
that.
mean, yeah, I was gonna say I'm like, we don't know this man. I mean, she obviously bends over and makes him whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah.
You know?
But I guess it's a little bit on her where you're like, fucking make your own dinner. Like, here's what because that's what mom and dad did. They're like, this is what we made. You can either eat it or don't. And sometimes I just didn't.
Yeah. That girl's mom was probably,
Is that
some
more about
type
that
of
dude's
abused.
mom? That dude's mom was probably the
Wasn't
one that
there.
was just like, whatever
She
you want.
wasn't
babe.
around. That bitch was dead. DED dead.
Okay.
Sorry about your dead mom. Don't be a dick.
All right. Well, tell them where they can find you on the socials.
You can find me on Instagram at Andi Port, and there's a link tree for all of my other socials.
Oh, there you go. And also make sure you follow her on the Twitches at Bovine Joni.
Yeah.
And make sure you follow me on all the socials at I am Chris Porter. And you can find all my dates at chrisportercomedy.com. This week I'll be at Levity Live in West Nyack, New York. And then I get a week off. And then I will be in Tampa, Florida at the Improv in Ybor City. So
is Tampa a beach city? Is it next to an ocean?
It is a ish. I mean, technically no, because you have to drive over to Clearwater to get to the beach. So there you go.
Gotcha. I thought it was maybe landlocked.
No, there's a bay. It's actually Tampa Bay.
Well, I know that.
Yeah. So there's a bay, but if you want like surf and if you want like waves and sand, you got to go to Clearwater.
Gotcha.
This and more Florida facts next time on the 1 millionth pod. As always, I'm Chris Porter.
I'm Andi Porter.
This has been the 1 millionth podcast. Fuck you.
Come on by.
I did it.
Do 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 do.
Bow. It never matches up, but man, it sounds good when we're doing it.